So, like it or hate it, Eurovision is the only thing, is the only biggest. He got excited.
So it's only water there.
Ich bin gut angeschrieben, wir haben es ziemlich stressig. Ich habe mit Abend einen Auftritt, also die Schwester ist in Berlin.
Also das ist Spaß.
She left. And now it's my turn.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know here.
So our host.
هذا ذاك المحتاج
Cleo Claudia. We are calling her Cleo Claudia.
Not Cleopatra.
Yes, it has developed a little bit. It was just in the beginning, it was just the idea among fans that we should do something together. You might know the Eurovision cruise that OJE Finland is organizing, and they travel to Tallinn and back, and they have Eurovision artists there. I was there and I was enthusiastic about it, and I thought, why not coming to Berlin? If you go to Tallinn, you can also come to Berlin, and I invited the club to do a joint and do it together here in Berlin, and we have the plan to have it for 3 days with the welcome party, so that we have the dance atmosphere here, we have the big gala with stars, and we also have a brunch. So it's a fan meeting, and we decided to do it always 2 months after Eurovision, in a time where not many other Eurovision events are happening, and that was the general idea. And then we discussed it a little bit here in our group, and we had so many ideas, and maybe you have been to the party yesterday, you saw there is a lot of creative people in our group. We have a lot of creative people here in Berlin that all have their ideas, they contribute to it, and then it grew every year, and we had new ideas like the OGE Vision Song Contest, which is a contest meanwhile among the fan clubs. So it is really something that is between the different fan clubs that come together here in Berlin and celebrate 3 days of Eurovision, and that was the general idea.
We arrived, we were picked up from the airport, and a really nice person took us around the area. We got to see the wall. We were me and Kurt. A lot of Maltese people mentioned Berlin in many good ways, so I was curious to come and see for myself. And after 2 hours I got here, I texted my family, I think I want to come and live here for good.
You'll miss the sun though.
Yeah, that's what they told me, that I'll miss the sun.
But we brought the sun with us as well,
yes.
because we have 2 days of sun.
And but so far it's been very good. I saw many familiar faces, and that's awesome.
It's like family coming together.
Yes.
You met us. So I know that Martina, you probably had the shortest way to come here because you live in Berlin.
Yeah.
So what things would you recommend for our Maltese guests, what they should do and see in Berlin?
You know, I've been living in Berlin for 6 years. I came in 2011 because of the study at the University of Performing Arts, and I really fell in love with the city because I love the, I would say, the diversity of the city. You can, I don't want to give you some special recommendation of the places you should visit, just go through the city and enjoy, especially the life during the night in Berlin, because you just go run through the city, and I love all those lights, colorful lights, and people just sitting in the garden and having fun together. And I'm pretty sure you will meet every night someone interesting. Sometimes I really just sit somewhere in the restaurant or in the cafe, and then I just talk to people together, and there is an artist, there is a, I don't know, director, there are many interesting people from all around the world, and that's what I really love. That's why I stayed in Berlin, and I'm still traveling between Berlin and Prague. It's not so far, but I really like the city.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah. Just go to the city.
You might see me here very soon.
Hashtag TripAdvisor.
Well, that's great. We also welcome Axel Feiger, who was one of the representatives in the German national final this year. So, very warm welcome.
Thank you.
So, can you tell us a little bit about how did you follow this year's Eurovision with Levina?
While the show was going on, I was playing cards and watching TV as well. And while she was singing, she did really a great job, I think. She has a very nice voice, a very good technique and so on. But I think that's the second last place, yeah. Is it? Yeah. It's a bit sad, I think, because she really did more, and she's very, yeah, how can I say that? She's a very perfectionist singer, very technique singer, and it's not the place where I thought where she would end. I think she would end, I think, in the middle of the whole thing, but okay.
Glenn, can you also remember, of course, Germany from your experience in Düsseldorf?
It's 6 years ago.
Exactly. So what are your remembering from Düsseldorf and the Eurovision in Germany?
Obviously, my experience was, although we didn't make it to the final that year in Malta, it still was a very good experience. Eurovision itself, I like the organization of the whole show. So it doesn't matter about being last, being first.
Yeah, right.
The organization, it's so, for me it's like top notch, you know, everything scheduled, sound, it's perfect, lights are perfect. So for the artist, it's something that one should experience Eurovision. Especially as for small things, in Malta, since we are very small. Okay, there are a lot of opportunities. One of them is Eurovision, and one should do that, I believe. And if I had to do it a million times, I'll do it for a million times. So it's nice. It's nice to do it.
And how did you experience Eurovision third in Baku?
I had a long trip, that way, right?
And you know
That's why I chose
Germany. For me, I never knew where Azerbaijan was, like before Eurovision, and the fact that when I got there we were greeted with such respect and enthusiasm was something that, you know, I had never experienced before as an artist myself. Being in Baku with so many people that I had never met before, but also some people like, for example, JP and David, who I had met in the Eurovision of Malta before, was like something, I'm being introduced to a bigger family. And every time I'm invited to anything Eurovision related, that's the best feeling about it, because you know you're going to meet a few people that you already know, even though it's a different country and whatever. For me, Eurovision opened up many doors. I got to meet some very interesting people, not necessarily in a good way, but for the most part, yes. And I don't know, it's been a beautiful journey, you know, with music and traveling and meeting people and connecting with people, which is why an artist does what they do.
And we went back when Lorraine won for Sweden, and this year she also participated again in the Swedish national final. Is it something that you would do? Also think about going back to the Maltese national final?
Well, it's a temptation every year, you know, like especially a couple of years back when Amber won, the stage was a really big stage, and I just wanted to participate just because I knew where it was going to be. You had actually participated as well in the ship, in the shipyard.
Yes, of course.
Shipbuilding.
That's where when I went back after my actual Eurovision.
Exactly.
So after 3 years I participated, I went back to the Malta Eurovision, and it was
it was a beautiful venue. So even just for that, not even to be on that stage and perform and have that, it's a temptation every year. I actually had a song written 2 years ago, which I was just about to submit, and last year as well I had a song which I was about to submit, but then there's all these questions, you know, these fears that
yes, so when it comes to reality and we have that song, you keep on thinking like, shall I do it, shall I not?
It's a risk. Like I always miss being on that stage, and it's always amazing to be on a huge stage, even when I'm invited for a different event whatsoever. But when I was starting to think, you know, with the semi-final, with the level of the music every year becoming so much better than the year before, even with the local scene, let alone the international scene, that it becomes scary, because then it's like a strategy, isn't it? Like if I go and I don't win, or if I win but then I don't make it to the final. There's all these questions. But I do have a wish to return one day to Eurovision. It's
too much of a beautiful experience.
Exactly.
When I didn't pass this year, the first thing I told them, I will be back. They were like, aren't you sorry you didn't pass? Yes, but it's okay. Let's think about the next time.
Claudia, but Manfred used to say that, I'll be back. Because he sounds like the Terminator. I'll be back.
but it's too much of a, especially for us. If you live an artist's life in Malta, there is no actual how do you say, market, you know? So we cannot live the artist's life as in a traditional way, as the professional way. So, like it or hate it, Eurovision is the only thing, is the only biggest thing. He got excited.
So it's only water there.
It has to be again.
Be patient on Claudia, please.
He didn't obey.
Glenn, I had one life, but I'd like to live it.
Okay, continue.
I took it also like a big life experience also for me as a musician, and for now I'm staying in Berlin. Maybe I'd like to finish my study at University of Performing Arts, because I'd like to make my master degree, and now I'm working with my sister, who is also a musician. She's a jazz pianist. We are working on new music, and I also found a couple of sponsors. So now that's my next goal, is bringing my own album to the market and present myself as an artist. And I also got because I really loved the whole organization of Eurovision Song Contest. I think it's really a great opportunity for each of us to represent us in an international way.
Yes.
And why not? I got also an open idea in my mind that maybe in coming years I'd like to participate in Eurovision Song Contest. But there are some things that I learned that I really should have, because I was just asked from the Czech television if I would be interested in this Eurovision Song Contest. I come from the jazz branch. I love jazz music, and actually the song was chosen by Czech people, and also the music production was done by someone else, and there were some things that I wasn't satisfied, but I was like a little person that I had to do that. So there are some things that I would do better, and it was like a good experience, and I learned some things that you should really have your own opinion and don't be pushed by someone else to make something that you don't feel comfortable with, because then it's not you, it's you are just trying to be someone else, and I think it's not good. But it was a great life experience, and I really enjoyed that. It was a very nice 3 months of my life. Then I come back. Yeah, really, it was like every single day. I didn't have any free time. Every single day was something with the Eurovision Song Contest. And then I remember when I arrived to Prague in May, it was like, oh, and the real life is back. And I was the first week I was so sad and disappointed that all the people
I'm so
and
happy
everything.
to hear you say this because I felt
so
the same way.
Like a little depression that it's
Yes. What's gonna happen now?
But there also there are some things that came because of the Eurovision. For example, I was asked by an Australian organization I will sing in Prague in September at Laver Cup. There will be the best player of tennis and Roger Federer and all those people. That's the next concert that I'm really looking forward. Yeah, there are so many things that really happened because of the Eurovision Song Contest, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to be the part of this event.
You're great. Well, thank you very much for coming, and I think one of you will have to start doing the rehearsal now, I guess.
Claudia.